Homework for section 7.2. Question number 1. In 2001, the polls found that 81% of American adults believed that there was a conspiracy in the death of President Kennedy. Assume a recent poll asked 1,020 American adults if they believe there was a conspiracy in the assassination, and it found that 788 believed there was a conspiracy. Does the data show that the proportion of Americans who believe in the conspiracy is now lower? Test at 7% level. Okay, so question number 1, parameter. What is the correct parameter symbol for this symbol? Parameter symbol in this case, it's going to be proportion, and proportion for parameter for population is P. Okay. Next, I can check actually every second I put anything, so make sure correct. It won't mess up anymore. What is the wording of the parameter in the context of this problem? Is the percentage of all American, where is it? The percentage of all American adults that believe there was a conspiracy in the assassination of President Kennedy. There we go. Let me check. Next one. Fill in the correct null and alternative hypothesis. So, what do we have in this case? So, the poll found that 81% of American adults believed there was conspiracy. Okay, so they believe, so it's going to be null hypothesis for P, proportion, believe, which is equal 0.81. It's 81%, right? Now, alternative is going to be less than, because less than the opposite is going to be less than. We have 81% is believe, and we need to show that proportion of American who believes in this conspiracy is now lower. Therefore, we are taking less than. And it's going to be 0.81. Okay, let's take our chances and not scroll back and check. We do a couple of answers, so we check and then at once. Now, next we are moving to assumption. So what do we have? What kind of information is collected from each object? This is going to be qualitative, right? Believe or not believe. From each object, what conditions do we need to check? So for the conditions that we need to check in the cases like that for hypothesis test, we are going to check the condition that NP, n times probability or proportion, it's going to be greater or equal 10. That's the first condition. Second one, n times 1 minus p has to be greater or equal 10. And third one, population size has to be greater or equal 20. And these three conditions need to qualify, that need to be true to qualify for the next solution here. So we are going to check those assumptions. So n times p, our n is how much? N is let me check it, because we are going to scroll forth and back, so make sure we have checked what we have typed in. Okay, very good. Now let's go find out how much is our sample size, because we need to check n times p, right? Here, n times p. P is 0.81 and the sample size is 1020. So we are going to take 1020 times 0.81. Let me see. So 1020 times 0.81, and I'm getting 826.2. 826.2. Again, I took sample size n, which is 1020, and then I took the probability, which is 81%, and multiplied by each other. Okay, and that is supposed to be greater, and this is definitely, we are checking this assumption, it's definitely greater or equal to 10. We are checking this assumption we made, right? It has to be n times p has to be greater than 10. And indeed, 826 is greater than 10. Next, n times 1 minus p. So p is 0.81. So 1 minus 0.81 is 0.19. And we are multiplying by n, which is 1020. And we are getting 193.8. 3.8, which is going to be also, see, in this assumption, n times 1 minus p has to be greater or equal 10, which is definitely greater or equal 10. We're checking these assumptions before we can solve further. And n, since population size is not given, and it says here, if no n is given in the problem, use, how much is it? 1, 2, 3, 1 million, 6 zeros. Okay, we are going to take 1 million, and in this case, 1 million, let me write down, n is equal 1 million. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is greater than 20n. Our n is 1020 times 20. We are getting 20,400, and it's definitely greater than, right? 20,400. Okay, let's check. All is good. Next, moving to next. So the conditions are met to use, those are conditions that we checked, and once these conditions are satisfied, we are going to use one proportion z-test. Okay, z-test. We have z-test, we have t-test. T-test is different for smaller sample size. Okay, we have large sample size, 1030. All right, so next we are going to do test statistics. Okay. The symbol and value of the random variable on this problem are follows. Leave the answer as fraction. So, of the value of a problem, it's going to be p hat, which is going to be proportion for the sample. P hat is equal. To find the p hat, we're going to take sample size, which is going to be 1020, and divide by our population size, which is going to be 1 million. No, I'm sorry. Here it is, 788 beliefs. that there was conspiracy. 788 divided by 1020. 788, our p hat. 788, it's our x. And we divide by our sample size, 1020. This is our n. So we can reduce by how much can we reduce? Let me check here something. Reduce by 4. It's gonna be here 197. And by 4, it's gonna be 2 times 4, 8. The remainder 2. 22 by 4 is 5. And again, remainder is 2. 20 by 4 is 5. So 197 over 255. Where is it? Here it is. We need a fractional line. 197 over 255. Okay. Next, we are going to use find the z-score. We need to find z-test. Okay. So what is our formula? So we're going to take here, apply in the formula, so p hat minus p. So our p hat is, we got previously, it's 197 over 255, right? And then minus our, we need to do p hat minus p. Our probability of p is 0.81, remember? Percentage. Okay, we got that. And then we are dividing by, here we get square root. Here it's going to be p times, so p it's 0.81. 81. And then times, multiplying by 1 minus p, so 1 minus 0.81. Okay, and dividing by n. Our n was 1020, right? Okay, we wrote down, and what we are going to do in this case, we are going to divide. First of all, let me write down all this so we can solve it step by step. And pay attention, we are not going to round it. We are going to keep up to 6 digits, so to get correct answer. So z-test is equal p hat minus p divided by p times 1 minus p divided by n, and here we have square root. And what did we get? Our p hat was 197 over 255 minus 0.81 divided by square root p 0.81 times 1 minus 0.81, and this is divided by 1020. All right, let's get going. So 197 divided by 255, we are getting 0.772549, okay, minus 0.81 dividing by 0.81 times, it's going to be 0.19, right? 1 minus 0.81, and divided by 1020. Okay, on the top it's going to be negative. So 0.81 minus 0.772549, and we are getting 0.037451. Okay, and we are dividing by, let's see, 0.81 times 0.19. I'm getting here, I'm going, writing every single step so you won't make any mistake. Dividing by 1020. Now let me divide by 1020. Oops, messed up. Okay, 0.1539 divided by 1020. And I am getting negative 0.037451, dividing square root of 0.00015088. Now we need to take square root from the denominator. Let me take square root. Okay. And this is giving me here 0.0122834178. Okay, this is long enough. Next, 0.037451. All right, now I need to divide. So 0.037451 I am dividing by 0.0122834178. Okay, well, it doesn't take it. So, and I am getting negative 3.0489, which approximately is going to be negative 3.05. Okay, let's go back and type it in. Negative. Can we plug here negative? Here. Negative 0. No, wrong. 0. No, I said 3.05, right? Okay. 3.05, we rounded up. Okay. Next, let's check it first before we do further solution. What is this? Negative 3.05. Okay, you are witnessing. Oh, this is p-value. Jesus Christ. So sorry. Where from this jumped in there? When I tried to type, it wasn't typing, so it was typing where p-value was. So it's correct. So we got the test, it's correct. Okay. Next. We need to obtain p-value. P-value, you can watch about p-value in the lecture. I already placed the link to lecture in from under below 7.1 homework. So it's a probability, a p-value, it's a probability that matching to z-score. So if we look at the p-value from the table or from the calculator, let me see. Convert z to p. There was this one. No, this is it wants confidence level to which one was that I was using? 1 second. Maybe that one. No, this is by hand. Let me see this one, calculator. You have it. I placed underneath of previous videos p-value and z-score, so you can use it. Here it is. So z-score is negative 3.05. Go. There we go. And we need less than, right? Hypothesis test is less than. We are getting 0.0011. Okay. Four digits, 0.0011. Okay. Now we need to make a decision. So since p-value is less than, we have 0. Now what we are going to do here, 0.011, 0011, we are going to compare to our given 7% of level, test at the 7% of level. And our 0.0011 is less than 0.07, right? Since p-value is less than, where is it? Okay, there is no less, but there is less equal, so we use less equal. Our 0.07, right? We reject when our p-value is less than given percentage to test, then we reject null hypothesis. This is also in the lecture, so you can read and understand. Now, what conclusion we can draw? Decision we made, now we need to draw conclusion. The conclusion is going to be the following. There is significant evidence. Okay, let's see. There is, okay, significant evidence because we are testing our null hypothesis. We always test null hypothesis. Again, please watch the lecture on the video. So then we draw conclusion that the percentage of all American adults, where is it? It has to be all American, and percentage of all American adults. Here it is. That believe there was a conspiracy in the assassination of President Kennedy is less than 0.81. So we solved it and we understand that it was less than, and indeed that is true. So we accept it. We get the answer? Yes. Okay. Now, second question is going to be precisely the same. You can do it looking at the first one, but if you get stuck, please text me right away. Obviously, I will help you. Question number 3 is also exactly same one. And I don't think you can do it, your homework, without watching the lecture, listening the lecture, okay? And what is question number 4? I will do question number 4 because this is, seems to me, it's differs from the first one. All right. Test the claim that the proportion of people who owns cat is significantly different than 10% at the 0.01 significant level. So if it's different than 10%, so we are going to choose the one that is not 0.1%, this one. And since it's not, it says it's not equal, so equal, not equal, it's usually two-tail test. If it's greater than, it's right tail, less than, it's a left tail. So again, watch the lecture video. Next, based on a sample of 200 people, 5% owned cat. So let's see, we need to calculate this. To solve this problem, let's write out the given data. So we have sample size 200 and 5% owned cats. So sample size 200 and probability is equal 5%, I think, yes? Yes, 5% own cat, which is going to be 0.05. Now, to find test statistics, that's what we need to do, find test statistics. Let's write down formula and go from there. So test statistics, which is Z, is equal P hat minus P over P times 1 minus P over N, and all these under square root. Okay? So, let's see what we have and what we need to find. Our P hat is 0.1. Let me see. Yeah, I believe it's 0.1. Yes, 0.1. That is very true. 10%. Is 10%, which is 0.1. Okay. P is 0.05, 5%, right? So that's it, and sample size is 200. We have everything we need. So Z, test statistics, is equal. We need to take our P hat. P hat is a proportion from the sample, which is 0.05. Let me write down, for sample 200. And our P proportion for population is 10%, 0.1. So from here, what do we have? We are taking 0.05 minus 0.1 and dividing by 0.01 times 1 minus 0.1 and divided by 200. Okay, so what do we get here? 0.05 minus 0.1, we are getting negative 0.05. Next, 1 minus 0.1 is 0.9. 0.9 times 0.1, we are getting 0.09. Let me divide and then put the number. It's 0.09, we divide by 200 and we are getting 0.00045. So if we take square root of it, we are going to get negative 0.05 divided by, so square root, it's going to be 0.02123132. Okay, that is equal negative. See, don't round it until you get the final answer. 0.05 divided by 0.02123132, and we are getting negative 2.3570. Okay, let's see if we how many digits we need here. Two, up to 2 decimals. Okay, so it's going to be negative 2.35. Okay, we have this, and now the p-value. So let's see, negative 2.35. And we are getting 0.018, I could say 0.02, up to 2 decimals, right? Let me see, negative 2 point, you know what, I should round it, and it should become negative 2.36, because followed by 7. So calculate, and we have equal, not equal, right? So we have two tails, because remember here we showed, let me see, here it is, equal, not equal, here it is, p is not equal 0.1, and we wrote down here, no, okay, I can write down, since we have two tail, it's not equal, then null hypothesis probability is equal 0.1, alternative is probability not equal 0.1. When we have two tail, then the result that we get, and this is this result, 0.009, let me here correct, put negative 2.36, because followed by 7, so I'm rounding till 6. Okay, and for here we have 0.009, since it's we have two tail and this is for one tail, so I need to multiply by 2. 0.009 times 2, and I'm getting the answer let me write down, 0.0018. Okay, so from here, based on this, what we are going to say, our alpha, our significance level is, how much is it? Significance level is, I believe, let me see, significance level is 0.01. Now, because we got 0.0018 is less than 0.01, then we fail to reject the null hypothesis. And since we fail to reject null hypothesis, from here we can say that at the 0.01 alpha level, I was unable to show that proportion of people who own cat is significantly different than 10%. Okay, here it is. So let's check it. Did I submit or I picked similar one? No, I submitted. I did the right thing. Oh, okay. What is wrong here? Oh, 1 0. I'm sorry. 0.009 times 2. It's going to be 0.018. Okay, let's double check. Bingo. Correct. Do we have one more question? Yeah, we can solve this one also. You are performing a two-tail test. If alpha is equal 0.02, find the positive critical value to the decimal places. So we are going to take 0.02 for p-value. Where is our p-value? Okay, here it is. Let me clean this. Since it's two-tail, that means it's going to be two of them. So let's see, 0.02, we divide by 2. It's going to be 0.01. So let's put probability 0.01, and let's find the z-score for 0.01, and we are getting 2.326 because it's a two-tail, so it can be one way or another. So we are going to take positive 2.326. 2.326. Let me check. Bingo. Correct. Okay, I'm done with this one also.